Ian, how are we doing? Do you think we last a year?
No. Well, okay. I figured we could probably last a year.
We'll see after this show, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't necessarily expecting us to be able to pull it off every 2 weeks like we had planned. And I think that's what I'm most proud of, because you and I have not always had schedules that have met up, but I just picked a Wednesday as a day that worked. It works for you. And we haven't missed an episode. As a matter of fact, I think we've done an extra episode.
We did an E3 special.
Yep, exactly. We did one special episode immediately after E3.
I think we skipped a week. I think over the holidays we did skip a Wednesday, but then we made up for this because this is our 27th episode. So, which makes sense if this is the 1 year anniversary. It would be the 26th, 27th. So I think we skipped one, but we did that E3, which is the week after the other one. Plus, it was like a WrestleMania roundup at the same time. I think. No, I don't know. I forget what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to go through the
logs
listing and see like what we've actually done. But no, I mean, let's put it this way: we did a year's worth of every 2 week content without fail. So I'm gonna fucking pat myself on the back, because that's pretty goddamn good for me.
I've never seen you stretch that much before, Ian.
Yeah, I'm not very flexible.
No, I'm proud. It's sort of thing. I remember we started out. We were just in the other bedroom. We were talking about the 2DS being announced. Ben Affleck was just announced as Batman. You remember? And we're talking about, I think, the Vita or something.
I honestly can't. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of the podcasts. I don't listen to a lot of the segments. I do if I need to fact check something that I said. But after that first episode, I was actually kind of down on it, because we just weren't dealt a good hand of topics really that week. I don't think. I don't remember anything being memorable other than me hating
Affleck.
No, I didn't even hate Affleck. I hated on Man of Steel, and that was when I made my first best friends online who loved me.
Because besides the marathon, which some people know the marathon, they watch it, but some people don't watch it. And I get new fans every year who may not even experience the marathon the year before. So if they haven't seen those, or they haven't seen the 2 or 3 episodes you were in, they might have not known who you were when you first started doing the podcast.
There are people who have been watching for a year who think I'm a worthless nobody. So, I mean,
I'm not saying you're not worthless. I'm saying they didn't know who you were.
It was pretty humorous, though, to go. Someone posted a picture from our first podcast up earlier today on Twitter, and I looked a lot more boyish back then.
You looked a lot more clean.
Yeah,
you look like someone you could bring home to mom and dad. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Now you look like a grifter.
Yeah.
You look like one of those kids that's down on Newport Street begging for change, who actually has a rich mommy and daddy home somewhere.
Selling lotto numbers to old people at McDonald's. Is what I'm
You're selling your artwork on the street.
Yeah.
for coins.
I look like a Calico Kitty.
I had a Calico Kitty, Cuddles. Like in Jersey. She was cute. We have a fan this week, which is nice.
It is.
I was sweating my ass off the past 2 podcasts. So are you. So I don't have my bandana this week, but I have my water to go.
I'm still plenty gross.
I think when we first started doing this, I mean, everyone and their mom has done a podcast or wants to do podcasts because it's pretty simple to do. Mm-hmm. I've laughed about or talked about how Let's Plays are easy to do, and they are. Internet Let's Plays are easy to do. I've done them, and I've done real reviews. They are different, entirely easier to do. But podcasts are simple because you're just speaking. However, that doesn't necessarily mean what you're speaking about or how you're conducting yourself is actually going to be something people want to listen to. That's 2 different things.
Yeah, I always, and I've thought about that a lot in my head. It's similar to modern DJing. Mm-hmm. Anyone can do a modern podcast. The equipment and everything is there for you to take. Anyone can DJ a set now. But with podcasts, you need to have 2 people who have a decent repertoire and who can play off each other well. For a DJ, you have to have someone who can do track selection well. So there is still a lot of skill that goes into making something work.
Sure.
That said, we're still in a sea of podcasts, and we are still completely unnecessary. Yet we have managed to amass some fans somehow, and I'm appreciative of that.
But what I like about it is that I don't know, it's getting out there because, and we'll talk about this with our first topic about, there's not a lot of civil discourse on the internet, not at all. A lot of it's echo chamber. A lot of it is extremes. A lot of it is, if you don't agree with me, I fucking hate you and I wish you were going to be dead. And it's unfortunate because when you talk to people in person, most people are nice and civil when they're actually in person.
People don't talk like they do in real life on the internet.
No, exactly. And this goes for everything else, whether it's politics or people liking different sports teams, is that people have a lot... Well, Boston fans hate New York fans. I'd say, oh, well, you want you to get killed. is that people have mostly people usually have 70% in common, 80% in common, and it's 20% or so that we might have differing opinions on. But it's bad when you let that 20% totally wash away that 80% you have in common, and that's a shame, because at the end of the day, most of our experiences day to day are exactly the same.